The New Black World Order TV Productions. Chopper. What's up, family? I'm right back with you today. I want to talk about the Charlottesville, Virginia incident. You know what I'm saying? I want to talk about the removal of the Confederate monuments, and specifically all of them. And I want to focus in on at least about 1,000 of them that may be very large, that will require some specialty, in moving them. And does this make any sense? Should we have been in Charlottesville? Should we protest and ask for the removal of statues across or littered across the South? I think there's somewhere in the nature of 1,500 monuments scattered throughout the South. It might be more, but I want to focus in on the large ones with the large mountains, right? Let's say there are 1,000. Let's say that there's 1,000 large monuments sitting on large mounted concrete fixtures or whatever. Those are the ones we want to focus on, because those are the ones that's going to make sense in this video. You're protesting the removal of said statues simply because there has been an injustice. And you believe that the statues are symbolic of that injustice that took place here in America. Our ancestors worked from sunup to sundown building the economic wealth of this country. And then after being emancipated, if you want to say, and then after that taxed and worked for low wages while being taxed, they also helped practically paid for the erecting of said statues that we want to take down now. Well, I want to ask you a question. If you didn't get paid for building the country, you didn't get the contract for erecting the statues. Matter of fact, you paid for it. And now you want to remove the statues, and you want to call the alt-right, the KKK, these several people that met in Charlottesville, your enemy, right? But let me ask you a question. Since you didn't get paid for slavery, you practically paid for the monuments to be erected over 100 years ago, whatever. Now you want them to tax your ass to remove the statues. And I want to know, does that make any sense? And those 1,000 statues, if they are large and are sitting on large mounts, it's going to take roughly around $30,000 to remove it and go remount it. Now multiply that times 1,000. This is the importance of mathematics. This is the importance of numbers. So you're fighting the alt-right. You're fighting the Ku Klux Klan. You're shouting, remove the statues. You're getting busted in the fucking head with pipes. Literally in the head with pipes. Ran over by cars. And then you're gonna pay somebody $30 fucking million. You're gonna hand $30 fucking million over to the motherfuckers that worked your ancestors for free. I just want that to sit right there for a minute. I just want you to think about that for a minute. Right? KKK, the K is the 11th alphabet. 3 times 11 is 33. In every one of those places that you're talking about removing has a municipality called a city hall. Hall adds up to 33. H is an 8. A is a 1, L is a 12, and there are 2 of them. So the circuit court allowed the alt-right to run free in Charlottesville. Get it? 2 3s, circuit court. Right? The city council allowed them to do it. 2 3s again. And then you're gonna hand them the money while being busted in the fucking head to get the contract to remove the statues across the South. I just want to know, does that make any sense? You financed your enemy from day one. From day one, you financed your enemy with your free labor. Then you were taxed after being set free to allow to work for a low wage, and they use your tax money to erect those statues. Now you're going to give them the tax money again to take them down, to re-erect them somewhere else. And a week later, y'all be back to shooting each other. But you'll say amen that they removed the statues. Well, do the math. Amen adds up to 33 too. On one minute you hate them, and on another minute you give them divine praise. You are a people driven to insanity.